Previously on
Fare thee well, bruh. Fare thee well. Emmeline? Well, luck would have it, she still lives here in Cedar. Actually, she still comes to help out from time to time here at this dusty old bar. My eyes light up with this very good news. She's still here, even after all this time? I can hardly believe it. Yeah, she lives just down the road, with her husband and young boy.
Well, no shit, it's been 20 years, bro, damn! What the fuck do you expect? I mean, shit, yeah, I feel crushed, but... It's been 20 fucking years, man, what the fuck you expect? Yo! You changed a lot, oh my god! Well, I mean, it makes sense, right? Yeah, if the girl is floating right, you will actually birth the boy who floats too without legs!
Hours pass, and it's clear that we've all reached out our limits. The clock behind the bar reads 3:36. 3:36, damn. AM? Damn. My goodness, I hadn't realized how late, early it's gotten. I really should be going. Rosa stands and puts on her coat. Thank you all for a wonderful evening. I'm truly grateful. Rosa, would you mind if I, walk you back to your motel?
Candace sneaks a wink and a thumbs up in my direction. I can't help but grin.
Well, okay. That's very nice of you to offer. As the two prepare to leave, Candace begins to clean up while I lean back in my chair and stretch my tired bones. Hey, Rosa, could you, just wait by the door? I'll be there in just a minute. Sure. Michael, now standing in front of me alone, turns to me. I just wanted to, thank you. Tonight has been one of the most memorable nights of my life, and it's all thanks to you and to your encouragement. Yeah, and hold on, guys, I totally forgot. Glasses. Alright, I'm back. And you're welcome, Michael. I mean, it's no biggie, man. Yeah. There's no need to thank me, bruh. I mean, we all had a good time. And that's what it matters, Yeah. I think it's time I left Cedar. I'd spent more time in this little town than I intended to. It's the first time I ever came back somewhere. But now, it's time I move on. Life will go on here, just as it always has. My journey is far from finished. This place has taught me a lot, and I like to think I've gained something back. Though, no other place will ever quite fill the gap Cedar will doubtlessly leave in my life. I choose to make Cedar a part of me, and I wouldn't trade that for anything. Maybe I don't need to thank you, but let me anyway. You've always been a good friend to me. Let me do the same for you. Michael extended his hand to me, and I take it in mine. We exchange a handshake, meaningful to each other or meaningful to each of us in different ways. Thank you. Goodbye, Michael. Goodbye. I take a long look around the cozy bar I've become so familiar with. I see the tables and the booth where Candace's loyal patrons gather after a long day's work. I see the bar, where I first met Candace and her father before her. I see the stage, where I first saw Emmeline all those years. The same stage that Rosa just performed on a few hours ago. I close my eyes and breathe in the familiar scents of pine, fire, and alcohol. I will surely miss Cedar. I'll miss the hearth and home. I'll miss Candace, Michael, and now Rosa. I'll miss Emmeline. I'll miss them all. But I will never forget them. I stand and walk over to the coat rack, which sit beside the door. My coat is now hanging along. After putting my coat on, I start out the door, but am quickly halted by the length of the broomstick being thrust in front of me. Hey, I know what you're about to do. I never expected you to stay forever. About 2 hours ago, I figured this would be your last night in Star. Candace looks very serious when compared to her normal, more gleeful demeanor. Now, after seeing you just a moment ago, I'm certain. It's just, time I move on, Candace. I'm not going to argue that. I'm not going to stop you. What is it then? She cracks a slight smile, but gives nothing away. Before you go, there's something you need to see. Well, what is it? Come with me. Candace takes me by the arm and leads me behind a bar, through a door, and down a flight of stairs into the wine cellar. What? She reaches to an empty section of the wine rack and produces a large sealed envelope. There's a chair over there. Take as much time as you need. What? She hands me the envelope and walks over to the door. Candace turns back to me. She looks sad for a brief moment, but then smiles again. It's been fun. Thank you. Without another word, she turns once more, closing the door behind her. I sit down in Candace's chair and look at the envelope in my hands. I ran my hand across its smooth surface, wondering what it is, or what this is. Carefully, I tear open the envelope as its seal. Inside are 3 smaller envelopes, each marked with a date 1967, 1987, and 2002. I start with the envelope labeled 1967. Inside is a letter handwritten. The handwriting is excellent and unmistakably feminine. Hello, stranger. 2 nights ago, you swooped into my life. You shared with me the best night of my life, and then you were gone, with more mystery than your arrival. For the few hours we spent together, all seemed to be right in the world. All my cares had gone away. It was truly blissful. And then you left so suddenly, so abruptly. You never even said goodbye. The magic dissipated instantly. My bliss shattered, leaving only pain and confusion. That night that we shared. Why did we share it? Why did you come into my life, if only to leave hours later? Please don't misunderstand me, dear stranger. I'm not angry. I hold nothing against you. I only wish I could understand why that night happened. I was sure that we were both so happy. But when you left, I began to have doubts. Had I done something wrong? Were you not happy, as I thought you'd be? Of course, thinking back to it now, it all seems a bit silly. It was one night. Nothing gained and nothing lost. I'm sure you had your reason for leaving. I'm glad it happened. I will always remember it. However, dear stranger, should I ever see you again, though it seems doubtful, please help me to understand what that night meant. I have an aching desire to know. To be honest, I'm not sure that you will ever read this letter, but I take comfort in knowing that it will not matter if you read it or not. This letter doesn't really mean anything. All I have written here is just the result of one impossible yet undeniable experience. The ramblings of a young woman. My dear stranger, I wrote all this to ask for an explanation, but it is now clear to me that I will never receive one. You don't owe it to me, so please don't feel as though you do. I'm happy enough to keep the memories of that night precious without anything more. So, my stranger, although you never said it yourself, I will say it now. Goodbye, stranger. Emmeline. It took me a few moments, but eventually, I was able to reach for the second letter. Dated 1987. Okay, let's do this. I traced a finger over the now familiar script of Emmeline's handwriting before reading her words. dear young man. I didn't want to believe it was you. Why would you return after just leaving me there? But your face was unmistakable. I'm sure you heard the expression about not having aged a day. We usually reserve this for women too vain for the truth, or people who have recently had plastic surgery. But in your case, you actually haven't. You looked exactly the same as you had all those years ago. I hadn't expected you to return at all after you'd left me. For a while, I was left to theorize, and I let my imagination run wild. What are you? Some kind of alien in human skin? A super advanced machine? A vampire? And then I remembered one of the things you had talked about. The legend of an external wanderer. Eternal wanderer, I mean. At that time, I dismissed it as drunken rambling. Then I saw you just yesterday. It had been 2 decades since I'd seen you. Memories fade. But I had my first suspicions when I saw you with Michael. You were helping each other with the audio cables. You might not have even recognized it, but I saw. Clear admiration in your eyes. Admiration and more envy. I guess if you really are to live forever, you could never again know childlike wonder and curiosity like Michael could. And then I saw your reflection in the window as I was leaving. I recall that time when we frolicked around the city in the snow in a moment. And I knew it was you. And now there's the matter of your cover. If you truly intend to work at the hearth and home, then I'll see you again. Believe me, the temptation is very real to reveal you, what you are. But what exactly would that solve? No, it's better to be bygone by the bygones. I gain nothing by revealing you, and it would just cause you to leave again. I'm sure you're used to the process by now. I considered asking you what occurred in your past travels. Who else did you meet? Anyone famous? How long have you been around? The things usual people would ask someone like you. But honestly, the numbers and faces of the past matters less than what you left. I've been on the other side of it. Your emotions. I know what you felt. I'll admit that I hated you for a while after leaving me on that bench. But now I understand. I forgive you. I hope one day you find a place, or more likely, a time that you can flourish in. With as much loss as I experienced, yours could only be worse. I wish you the best, stranger. Sincerely, Emmeline. She signed her name in that familiar script. I could feel the pressure of tears welling in my eyes now. Wish I could have spoken to her. If she knew who I was, then I could have apologized for leaving her all alone for that frosty bench decades ago. Clearly, she had cared for me enough to not reveal who I was to everyone. At the very least, I had the privilege of making that kind of connection. The only kind of connection I could truly ever establish. To you, I will write to you once again, and this will be my last. I have grown old and feeble, but alas, you are just as I remember you from all those years ago. I'm sorry that you'll never be able to grow old. My life, my son, and my family, they have given me joy, just as the night we spent together so long ago did. Candace has been filling me in on all the fun I've been missing, so I'm grateful to hear for that. I trust that she'll deliver these letters to you when the time is right. We've had our suspicion for a while now that you would probably leave Sudar soon. It always makes me sad, thinking of your inevitable departure. It's kind of strange. We spent so little time together in our lives, but it seems like the times is so very significant. Over all these years, there hasn't been a day that I haven't thought back to the night we first met, I never had been able to understand why it's just always meant a lot to me. I did recognize you when you came back in 87, though not right away. I'm not really sure why I didn't ever say anything to you. I just never felt like there was a good time to say anything. You had lived 20 more years. I had gotten 20 years older. I got married and had Michael. Looking back, it was for the best that I did not say anything. It's a strange thing, the connection we seem to have. I would say it's unique, but I can't say for certain whether that is true or not. The time you were a part of my life was indeed brief, but without a doubt, the time changed my life. It changed my view of the world, and it changed how I see other people. I'm certain. No, I'm uncertain, but I think these changes were for the better. So I thank you. I also want to thank you for leaving me that night. I've enjoyed my normal life. I see now that this is all I ever could have wanted. You saw that it was what I wanted long before I ever even wanted it. You showed me something special, and you gave me the chance to live the life that was mine. My dearest Wanderer, we aren't very good at goodbyes, are we? But this will indeed be our last. But I have grandchildren that I soon hope to meet, and you have a long road ahead of you. So I'll keep it brief. I want you to remember me as who I was, and to you, will now always be. So goodbye, my dear Wanderer. Travel safe. Travel far and long and wide. And maybe, in another life, in a different time, we will meet again. I am speechless. Holy shit. I sit for a while, stirring in my emotions. I feel empty, but in a good way. At the end, but in the best way. I feel complete. After I walked out of the closet, I came across Candace, alone. She's the only one left. The bar is empty, silent and calm like someplace out of a dream. Finished already? Yeah. Anna, you're leaving now? Yeah, Candace, she begins to cry. Look, you know I have to, right? Now, she wipes at her eyes with her dirtied hands. I know. There is silence for a moment before Candace draws in for a big hug. She embraces me tightly, her trickling tears soaking into the shoulders of my coat. She trembles, but only a little. I don't want you to go. I have to. You can't leave. We're all still here. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I pull myself away. Goodbye, Candace. I'll miss you. I'll miss you. And everyone else. Yeah. And this dark, dusty old bar. And this sleepy town in the snow. I'll miss it. I will miss it. I'll miss you all. I will. Will you remember us? Always. Thank you. You know, you were like family to us. To my dad, to me, to the bar, to the town. You really were. I want you to remember that, okay? I gave Candace one last smile before I turned for the door. She goes back to sweeping, not wanting to watch me leave. She takes a deep breath. Tears drip from her eyes on the floor. Okay. Once outside, I take a final stroll around the town. It's dark. Made. At first glance, it all seems so asleep. Like it's not alive but only lays there, in a state of constant rest. But that couldn't be more wrong. This town was more alive than any other I've seen. The white snow resting on the frozen ground glowed like the stuff of dreams. And falling in love, over the years, with this town, with this dream. But it's time to wake up. I walk away into the wilderness as the sun rises over the trees. I vanish like a ghost from a dream, wiping tears from my eyes. All I leave behind are footprints in the snow that are soon swept away by winter wind. Of all the memory that eerie I had, I spent it in good company. And of all the harm that is that ever, or? I'm guessing ever, right? Ever I've done. At last was done to none but me. And all I've done for what, to want of wit, to memory now I cannot recall. So fill me to the parting glass. Good night, and joy be with you all. So fill to me that parting glass, and drinks of health whate'er befalls. Then gently rise and softly call. Good night and joy be with you all. Of all the comrades that I had, they're sorry for my going away. And of all the sweethearts that I had, they wish me one more days to stay. But since it falls onto my lot that I should rise while you should not, I will gently rise and I'll softly call. Good night and joy be with you all. Fare thee well. The story of a lonely man. A wanderer. A wayfarer, a stranger. In the sleepy town he left in the snow. One winter night. Holy shit, dude! Dedicated to Fullcast. Dude! Yo! Oh! Made within 2 weeks. Oh, okay. And that was Fare Thee Well, developed by Watercrest Studio. Yo, oh my god, okay. There's so much
a mixed emotion inside me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I really love the story. What the fuck? I really, Okay, guys, hear me out. So, I really love the ideas, the story, the folk tales, and it's so great. The writing was great, you know? Even though, I don't think I did too well on the reading or the let's play, but fuck, the writing was so great. But, man, okay. I really wished, okay, they didn't make this in 2 weeks. You know? You know what I'm saying, guys? Yeah, if they had more time, right, I believe this could have been a lot more fucking better. The reason I'm saying this is because one will be, okay, the main issue I had, right, is, which one will be the main? I think the main one will be the sound design of this game. Yeah, I really love the BGM. I'm not talking, like, the music sucked or anything. It's just that the flow, it was too sudden in some, like, scenes, you know what I'm saying? The BGM. And I really wish you guys smooth out the BGMs, the transition of the music, because I feel that kind of ruined the immersiveness, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, I really loved the music, especially like the dramatic moments where he thinks whether she should go back to Sidar or not, or work at the bar or not, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the music fits, you know, but how you guys like went in with the music was just, no offense, but it was really bad. It was really bad. It just ruined the immersiveness of, like, his situation right now, you know? And I really wish you guys took time on that. Yeah, because you guys had a really great BGM, but it's just the abrupt sound and the music just sometimes, it just destroyed the immersiveness, to be honest, yeah. If you guys smooth that out, not just like abruptly put the music in, but kind of smooth it out to the point where it brings out the build, you know? Like, slowly brings the music, you know, out to the point where he's actually emotionally there, you know? Then it was so fit, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I really wish you took time. I know you took 2 weeks, but fuck! I really wish you took more time. Because the writing was so good. In fact, I feel like you put a lot of effort in the writing, which was good. Because I really loved it. My god, I really did. It was so, oh man, it was great storytelling, I mean, damn. Other one is, the visuals, I should say. Yeah, since this is a visual novel, right, or I should say a visual novel game, I feel like you guys, there's some point where when the story actually prolonged, right, it sometimes gets, I don't want to say like boring, but like, it kind of like, the immersiveness kind of fades away, you know? Especially like, during the time when it was like, 1987 where he was hitchhiking and find his truck driver, that scene, right? I wish there was like, not just one scenery, you know? I wish there was at least 2 more scenery where it just changed the color, you know what I'm saying? Or just change the scene, you know? Since this is a visual novel, I wish there was a little more visual. To be honest. Yeah. And also, the raining scene. I really wish you guys, like, at least put, like, a raining, like, the background CG, you know? Okay, I don't mind you put the road CG, you know, but at least, like, make it cloudy or make it blurry or at least change the cloud color, you know, to something gray. You know what I'm saying? Like, actually bring that mood out that it's actually raining. Because that scene was really good too, you know? It was really good scene. But I just couldn't, it was really hard to immerse. It was I really wanted to immerse, but I couldn't because it's because the visual and the BGM kind of screwed it up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I really wish you guys put more time on that. Shit, man. And the other thing is probably the sprite. But the sprite wasn't a big deal, to be honest. I mean, if you don't just hide the dialogue bar, it's fine. But I kind of wish you guys just made a full sprite, you know? Yeah, to be honest. Yeah. Because, I mean, I bet there's some people out there, you know, who wants to watch, I should say, the full image of the sprite. But if you just leave it out as, you know, cutting off their legs and floating, it kind of ruins it, you know? So, or either, okay. If that's the only sprite you had, right? Like, if you had a sprite that has no legs, for instance, and I wish you guys at least, you know, make it proportion, you know? At least make the sprite bigger, or at least lower the sprite down so it doesn't seem like the legs are cut off, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and if that's like kind of makes them short, you know, because the dialogue is kind of big, right? At least making a little big, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that kind of, you know, a little fix, you know what I'm saying? Then it would have worked, I feel like. Yeah. Right? Yeah, it kind of felt like you guys just pasted Sprite there. And, yeah, I wish that could have been fixed too. But it wasn't a big deal. Yeah, that wasn't that of a big deal. The huge deal, the biggest deal would be, yeah, the sound design. And probably a little more of the visual. Even though if you like had a lack of like CGs, for instance, right? Which you probably did, I bet. At least like, yeah, at least, oh man. I was gonna say like use one of those painting programs or like a color programs to actually, I don't know, like try the best to change CG. I mean, that's what I would do, you know what I'm saying? Because for example, like a raining scene, you know, rather than like just use the same CG or the background CG, maybe try to, you know, make it black and white to make it seem like it is raining, you know? At least make it a little change in scenery so the viewers, the players could tell that it's raining and, you know, it's something has changed, you know? Rather than just showing the same thing. Because if you just put the sound effect of the rain in it, it just doesn't make sense because the background CG is just sunny, you know? Which, I mean, it could be one of those, like, rains that, like, yeah, it's one of those, like, weather where it's raining when it's sunny or something. But not in this situation, you know? Because that doesn't make sense in this situation. Because it's a situation where he's, like, he's in serious shit right now. In this deep shit, this deep emotional shit, you know? Which, yeah, what I'm trying to say is I wish you guys did a little more effort on that. Like, the CGs and the sound designs out. Because, I say, the story was so good, you know? It's just sad that, all I'm trying to say is it could have been a lot more better. And I wish you guys took more time rather than just 2 weeks. I mean, you might have a reason, you know? I understand. You might have a reason that it had to be in 2 weeks, but still, man! I really wish you took a little more time. Like another day or another week or something. God damn. And that is all I can say about this, man. It was so good though, the story. The writing was good, but fuck. The sound design. That's all I can say about that. And guys, if you guys are interested in Watercress Studios like work and such, and also if you guys want to play this game, I'll post a link in the description below and their websites and their stuff. Yeah, so please check them out.
Because I know one of their games are coming up on Steam, right? Because it's greenlit. Yeah, and please check them out. And I might play that game because it seems so interesting too. Yeah. So, I'm gonna look forward to that game too. Yeah. And that is it for Fare Thee Well. And oh my god, if you guys actually update this game, I would actually play again, yeah. Because this could have been a lot more better. Fuck. And that's all I gotta say. Yeah. I mean, I did enjoy the ride. I did enjoy the story. But yeah. It was... Yeah. You know what? That's all I can say. Yeah. Alright guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the vid, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Yeah. Take care, guys. Later.